Hi, welcome to Dating Intelligence, the podcast where we give relationship advice from dating to marriage and everything else in between. And always with the goal of helping you to continuously be the best you at all times.
So if you're looking for real life and honest information to help you navigate your relationships, we got you covered.
Nice. Hello, guys. Hello. We got another show today, Jamie.
I'm so excited. You know what? I was listening to our intro music, and after talking to DJ yesterday, we should have him create something like awesome
That would
for
be
us.
amazing. Oh
And
my
then
God. Yeah.
Our guest here, I heard she's got a single coming out.
We do have a guest. And you heard a little blurb from her just now. I think so.
Yes,
guys, we have an amazing guest today, and we're going to talk about our day yesterday, which she was there actually as well. But I'm going to give her little intro, which is she's fabulous, guys. So this guest doesn't need much of an intro. She's a singer, comedian, and actor, and always has something brilliant and hilarious to say on social media. Please welcome the gorgeous Nicole Arbour to the show. And I forgot something, Nicole, before you say your hello. Guys, she also literally has about 1.5 billion views on her videos as well. Am I correct with that? All right, good.
Yeah.
I got it right.
You did.
Thank you. Man,
That's
I'm
pretty
tired.
freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Like real views, not like like advertiser views and stuff. It's bananas when I think of that as human beings that have watched my videos.
Unbelievable.
It's crazy.
Yeah, how do we piggyback off that? I mean, this is something I want to just literally jump on your back right now and start. Can you give me one?
Okay, that costs extra. But yeah, you can. Yeah. Well, we'll do it right here today. We'll talk about some real shit and
Great.
Yeah.
make some viral moments amongst us.
That's great. Man,
Yeah.
Okay.
How was your driver?
Amazing. Oh, he was so lovely and great. And we had a little Starbucks run on the way because, we had some fun last night. So
Shout out to Slade Services
Oh,
Nice. Thank you, Slade.
was amazing.
for getting
That's
it
great.
done for us.
Well, thank you for
today.
bringing her here on time, Slade.
Yeah.
We appreciate that. And
We love you guys.
yeah, also we are in studio right now today, and we had a big day yesterday as well. We were at the Virgin Hotel, Aaliyah Beach Club, doing our
So
own
fun.
stuff. And you had a good
Speaking of-
time?
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for being there. Oh. So Jamie and Nicole are both, we're all just a little tired, guys. And so Nicole and all of them are going to join us with our sunglasses and everything. Can you see Jamie? Is that okay?
Jamie.
I can.
Okay, good.
It was a long, amazing, fun day.
Yeah, I'm tired.
It was.
Yeah, I'm tired. But you had a good time?
I had so much fun.
Thank you for supporting.
That beach club is dope.
Isn't it
I hadn't
beautiful?
been there since it was Hard Rock.
Right.
And Virgin has just done such an amazing job. I can't wait to go back there and host something. Like I would totally throw a big party there and tell
Right.
everyone
The
to
vibe
come.
was unbelievable.
Yeah,
Man.
so our friend J Rock actually puts on the whole beach club there in the venue, and we always say he did an amazing job
Yeah.
of creating such a cool atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's not something that you really see anywhere else.
Yeah.
So
Totally.
Yeah.
And
Totally agree.
I'm going to give my little shout out to the crew, though, because Shireen was amazing.
Yes.
Phil, Chris, all you guys were great. Even the security guards. You guys are a little tough security, but, we appreciate you yet. Still the same.
keeping us safe.
That's true. That's their job. I tough security. I'm always cool with.
Right.
Keep me safe.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's very true. I mean, they were just like every little thing was just like,
Why do they take our eye drops?
I don't know. I mean,
Oh, that's a little strange.
know?
I don't like that. I also don't like when they I just do this in advance now when they break your mirror off your makeup compact.
they've done that?
Oh,
or
yeah.
you've seen
They
that?
want to look in everything.
Wow.
They think that you're gonna do blow off the mirror if you bring
Got
the
it.
mirror in.
Right.
As if
So
you
they
can't
break
do that
it?
off a dick.
I was going to say.
You can do that off anything. I
Right.
don't, but I've heard
right.
that's something
I mean,
people do.
I just got the visual.
Yeah, but I'm gonna do it off my little compact, my mirror. I don't think so, sir. This cost a lot of money.
Wow, and here I thought they'd be taking pen caps. I mean, I thought that was my first thought going pen caps. You went way the distance, which I'm really happy you did.
Thank you.
So very
Yeah.
welcome. You're very welcome. All right, so we are going to have a fun episode, but I also want to know, how was your time in Vegas as well? I heard that you did some, not gambling, did you, or did you gamble?
So much fun. Well, I did some gambling, but way more fun than gambling is Circus is my favorite. I love staying at really nice hotels and then going and having a ball at Circus. I love any kind of games, arcades, carnivals, fairs. That's my shit. And yesterday I was with a gentleman caller and we were at Circus playing games and we almost beat Halo.
Okay, that's-
We played together and we were playing, we were in silence. We were so into it. And I had to cover him for a bit and he had to cover me. And like, we were killing this game. We played until the last second Circus Circus was open.
Wow.
And then the game turned off because they shut the power off on us. We almost beat the fucking
so
game.
So you mean the game didn't stop? I mean, it literally...
No.
Wait, we're in Vegas. Everything's 24 hours.
Right?
Oh,
Circus
no.
Circus
Not
is
in Adventureland or whatever it's called. Adventure Dome? Adventure Dome's like hard stop.
What
Get
time?
Out. It was probably like 10 or 11.
No.
Yeah, it was early. I went to bed early so I could do this pod. Yeah, but we did go on a
love
roller
you.
coaster. That was fun. And then I played another game where I threw balls and I busted things and
Did
I
you
won.
win? You won.
Oh, I got
Okay.
all 3 and I won a
Nice.
big giant stuffed thing.
Yeah, I saw her throwing the ball in her story, and I'm like, holy shit, this girl's got skills.
I had some heat. I had to make up
Nice.
for my shitty throw at the baseball game in
like-
Nashville Sounds a couple of weeks ago.
Wait, you got to throw out a baseball game?
I did.
Okay.
Which was super fun. Shout out Nashville Sounds. But I couldn't like actually throw some heat because it was the mascot catching and he couldn't see out of the thing.
You probably would have
Yeah.
knocked him over because I saw what you were working with.
Thank you. I had
right.
to redeem
And it was
myself.
coming in hot.
Yeah.
Right. Did you put your gentleman collar to shame when you had to throw the ball? Did he win you anything at all when he was throwing?
He did. He won me a little thing.
Okay.
A
And
little thing.
I think this. I shouldn't say little thing and a guy in the same sentence. But I think this says a lot about him that when I was killing it, he was just cheering. You
Okay,
can hear
good,
him in
right,
the video.
right.
He was like, yeah. Oh, come on. Woo. And then when I traded the little thing and we got bigger stuff, he was like, that's amazing.
Yeah, I think that bond happened playing Halo probably because you guys, if there's that simpatico playing that game together, that's nothing.
And he used to be a professional gamer.
Okay.
So
What?
yeah, he was like super impressed.
You held your own.
Yeah,
Look
I
at you.
did. Well, shooting. It's just shooting. I had to
Okay.
defend the world from aliens.
Oh
Big
my
deal.
gosh.
It's a big deal.
Favorite firearm? Do you have one?
Oh, shotgun's fun. Because
Yes.
it's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Specific firearm. I like anything Terran that's been put in my hand. You know, just because
Yes.
shout out Terran Tactical. I just like shooting. I'm still a noob when it comes to the specific firearms and which ones I like better. But I haven't met a gun I'm not friends with.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I always say it's like, do you have a favorite child? Well, sometimes I do and sometimes
That's
I don't.
true.
It depends on the day.
You have
So-
a favorite though, don't you?
Ooh.
There's a
Oh.
pause.
See?
This
hard.
is why you have to watch the
Maybe.
video, people, because there's a pause. It's a very cute pause. but
Okay,
she's
so
pausing.
I think as a parent,
A gun parent?
and like a mommy,
Yeah.
that we all have a favorite child, but most parents just don't admit it.
Of
and
course.
it definitely depends on the day. So
Okay.
yeah, we all have a favorite child.
Well, but I
How
was
many-
talking-
do you
I
have
was-
siblings?
I have siblings. I'm thinking like I was not the favorite child. I might be
But,
now.
but I bet like there were days when you were the fucking favorite child.
Maybe. Like
So it changes. But
Is that when you were kicking both their asses? Usually that's what happens. You know, you're the favorite child when she's like on top going, yes, like that, you know?
I think I was like the favorite child on days I did like something awesome, like
Okay.
won a giant science fair or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then they're like, yeah,
So,
that's my kid.
Yeah, we have favorites.
Okay, I always admit I was the favorite no matter what. I have two. I'm
Really?
the middle child, and I was always the favorite.
Favorite.
Yeah, I just even if I'm thinking it right now, I know I was.
Oh damn. Wow.
I was the only boy, so you know, in
Oh,
that
yeah.
sense,
Okay.
I mean, that already put me ahead on the pedestal for a little bit. So I just had to just kind of just don't do anything too stupid. You know, that's that
Yeah.
whole. That's always been my.
How'd you
saying.
do with that?
Not too bad. You know,
Okay.
I was kind of like just kind of you know since I was the middle, I just kind of floated by and never caused any waves or ruffles.
That's what I did.
Yeah,
I just
right.
thought I just wasn't bad.
Then you
It
were the
wasn't that
favorite
hard.
child. You were the favorite child, Nicole.
Maybe I don't know.
They're
My
never gonna
sister
say
was
it.
so cute. My
Okay.
brother was so athletic and
Yeah,
amazing. Like,
right.
and he was so smart. Like, I don't know. I don't think I was the favorite.
Well, look at you now.
Yeah.
Look at me go.
With those billion views.
Holler.
Okay,
Right.
so let's talk a little bit about like dating and
Love it.
what's going on with you right now. So how long have you been dating this new person?
Oh, that was absolutely brand new.
This
Okay.
is new.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm single. I am
Ooh,
single, which
okay.
is fun.
Yes.
It's like because I'm at such a different spot in my life,
Mm-hmm.
and I just know exactly what I want. I know what I offer. I know. And when I'm like, I know what I want, I'm not like 5 foot whatever or 6 foot
Right,
whatever.
yeah.
And this, it's like, no, we're coming to build together. Let's make a fucking empire, or I don't have time for you. There's no petty nonsense. I don't have time for games. Like, let's be awesome to each other. Let's build something that will last longer than our lives. Are you in, you out?
That's
Cool.
great.
Like, that's it. And let's have all the fun.
And how do you establish this from the get-go? Like, do you get into this on date 1 or 2?
Oh, yeah. Before we even meet up.
Okay.
Like, I want to know.
You're having these conversations.
Oh, yeah.
See, I like that.
Do you want kids or not? Do you want this or not? Like,
do you want kids?
This is where I'm funny.
Okay.
Is I've never wanted to make a baby. That's never been like, I want to make a human. But I would.
Right.
And I don't care. Like, I just didn't want to have to like redo the body stuff because I've had back injuries.
Okay.
I would adopt. I would have a surrogate. But that's something to me that it's like, okay, let's negotiate on that one.
Yeah.
You know, like,
so
let's
you're
see.
open.
Yeah.
You're open.
I'm open.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm like, no kids. So if I go on a date and someone wants kids, immediately I'm like, it's not going to work. Because it's almost like a non-negotiable for me. Like, I've had my babies, so I'm good to go. So I just can't. And I love like dating younger. So it's like an issue. So if I know that they want a family or kids, then I'm like,
Yeah.
it's not going to work.
You have like pre-made babies already. You're
Yeah.
like, hey, we can save time. I have some of those. Yeah.
I've already been through that stage. So I think that it's great though that you're like open to negotiate. So that's a plus right there for you.
Yeah,
I think for sure.
Yeah, I also like that you just put it all out there. You know, like you know exactly what you want, and that's rare.
So she's
you know?
not wasting time.
Exactly.
Anybody's time. I think it's
Right.
fair to everybody. Like, this is what I want. This is what I don't want. And I prefer someone who's Christian. That's like a big deal for me.
Okay.
And spirituality is huge in my life. If it's not in yours, you can't be making fun of me for it because it's huge in my life. You know, like I just have my little list of
So how many
things.
non-negotiables do you have on that list? You know, because we all, like you said, it's not like you're being like, I want 5'11", da 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 da.
Yeah.
You have
none of
your
that matters to me.
specifics, but what are your non-negotiables? I'm sure you've narrowed that down as well. I mean,
Non-negotiable is that they're a freaking hustler. Like, they have to love their career, be going all out in life. They want the best. They want to build an empire and leave a legacy. Like, that to me is, you have to be thinking that big. If you're not, we're not going to match up because I'm going that big and we're going to clash.
right.
You have to be a cheerleader. I'm cheering for you. You got to cheer
that.
for me.
Yes.
That's non-negotiable. Positive, because if like, well, that's just how I am.
Right.
And it's annoying if someone's more negative and then I have to be giving them energy all day long.
It's draining.
Yes. Yeah. But if we're both positive, boom, there we
Yes.
go.
Yeah, that's a good partner. I mean, I feel like I'm going to toot my own horn. That's what my partner is for me, you know. And I'm like you, like sitting down from the beginning, you know, that first intro, you're talking and you just kind of just throw out these little tidbits and see what you get back.
Yeah.
And anyone can give you lip service all the time.
Yeah.
So, but mine, the one I'm with right now, like we are like you, like we are like this on the same path together, and we check in, you know, and we ebb and flow so well together.
Love
You know,
that.
you build that person up when the other one's down and vice versa. I mean, she was my amazing cheerleader this whole weekend. I mean, she was front and center, whatever you need, da da da, blah blah blah. So I appreciate. I love
She
you,
took
honey.
charge.
Yeah, she was amazing, and like she even running around yesterday helping everyone. She was even scolding some people, like, no, what the fuck's going on over here? Get
Yeah,
this shit
she's a
out of here.
boss.
That's
I was like,
awesome.
yeah. So I just had to do nothing. So it was great. So I'm with you 100%
I
on that
love
one.
that. That's so
Yeah.
great. And someone who can fight properly.
Good.
Because
Like, as in physically? Or?
not, I mean, that's this own thing.
Like,
If you're into that, I'm not.
Or do you like to get
No,
tossed
I mean,
around?
like-
Is that what you're saying?
No, no, I mean, like, adults, I don't know who taught us along the way that if you disagree with your partner, you're supposed to break up. Because you're supposed to, unless it's like a super non-negotiable, you murdered a
Yeah.
cat, I'm probably not gonna date you anymore. But like, it's okay to have disagreements and work through shit. It's okay to be like, ooh, I didn't like that, or they didn't like something I did, or something going on.
Right.
And then actually like be real raw about it. Why don't we like it? Let's talk through the insecurity behind it, whatever. Like, do the freaking work.
Yeah, agreed.
And then keep going to the next level. Like, I love that shit.
That's
I love
amazing.
it.
And
I want to
feel
learn
like
fast.
that's when we're learning the most is when our partners disagree and bring something different to the table, because that's when we can open our mind and be like, ooh, let me empathize. Let me see that perspective.
Yeah.
And maybe they offer something that we didn't really look at it that way before. So
Yeah.
I agree with you 100%.
It's how we learn.
Yes.
And
Of
I
we do.
love learning, and I love learning fast.
Right. And
So,
by the way, it's
yeah.
never easy with that situation, the fighting thing at the beginning, because, you know, you're learning. It's almost like you said, a real fight, like a boxing match. You're trying to figure out the other person.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden when when you get together, it happens, and now you know each other's style.
Yeah.
And you all of a sudden, then you can come together. The shitty part is that one person is just like 1,000% over this way, and the other one's like the other way. Like, you get that aggressive person, the other one just sits back and just does nothing.
Yeah.
I think the passive aggressive person's the worst, actually.
So I struggle with this because you actually made a good point. You're like, when we fight, we don't break up.
Yeah.
But you also mentioned that off the bat your non-negotiables and what you bring to the table. So when do you say like, hey, this isn't going to work for me? Like, I don't want to waste my time. Does that make you a quitter? Because sometimes I'm like, fuck, maybe I quit too soon.
That's a good question.
Time's up.
Hey,
I always say that too.
I think if it's still within the parameters of all the things you want, then you can work through it.
Yep.
If it's just a thing that can be corrected, or if something happened that it was like, ooch, that hurt, or I don't like that, or we got to do this different, you can correct that and then fix it, and then that won't happen again.
Right. And people, please, like Nicole just said, if something bothers you, please say something. Don't linger around and just mope around. There's nothing worse than someone trying to have to figure out what the hell is wrong with you. Like, I hate that.
I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't
They're
have time
kicking
for
stuff
any of
around
that.
the house. You're rattling in the back room, and all of a sudden, they're mad, and it's just like, so we have to go to them and be like, okay, what's going on with you? What's wrong? And then they're like, well,
and then when you get nothing, I'm like, okay, I can't work with
worst.
this. I can't.
Yeah,
so
totally.
give me something.
Use your words like a big boy. Come on.
Yes, yes.
And you're leaning over him, use your big boy pants, With girls, I just stand back sometimes, just go, okay, what do you got to say? And I just do this. Like, I just kind of brace myself with my hands up, and you're like, oh, that's not so bad after all.
It was just a thing.
Yeah, right.
Most things I think are figure outable.
Totally.
If you're adults and you're willing to figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a thing the other day that I had to tell my significant other, and I was just like waiting for the backlash. And because I knew I was not going to tell her, but I know because we have such a trust relationship, I go, I got to share this with you. And I literally told her here, after it happened 3 days ago, and I go, I know, and I go, and I knew I was wrong, and so I put my what was wrong, and she goes, and you knew if you would have told me at the beginning, I would have said no, right? I go, well, yeah, that's why I didn't tell you. She goes, but yet you still did.
What is it?
Oh,
you
I
tell
can't
us?
share on air like that.
Come
but
on.
I share a lot of things, honey. I do.
You
But
do share a lot of things.
So
All right.
yeah, but it's
I'll
not,
let
it's
this
nothing.
one
It's nothing
slide.
bad, but it was bad enough to be like I should have, knowing it was not right in the first
That you
place.
should have
to do.
just
Yeah.
told her
Exactly,
upfront.
and then
I always would rather know. So I'm the kind of girl that if I'm going to go into a room and let's say we were dating and a bunch of your exes are going to be there, chicks you hooked up with, I want to know in advance.
Right.
I'm with you 110%.
I had a large argument with a guy that I had dated over this
Yes.
because he's like, I think it's unhealthy that you want to know. And I'm like, I think you're wrong.
yeah, I think that's real wrong.
I think that's really
so as a
immature of
guy, you agree with
No,
Nicole.
of course, because I don't want you like all of a sudden some girl eyeballing me that I used to date because
Yeah.
they will eyeball you. And all of a sudden you're like,
100%.
okay, who's that girl you're talking? Oh, and all of a sudden it springs to, oh, that was an ex, and you're like, wait, what? So
Yeah.
I do not like that. I would prep anyone before that whole
Always
situation ever happened.
prep. That's a respect thing.
Yeah.
I agree 110%. So I say fucking ditch him. Get
I
rid of him.
did.
Good job.
Yeah.
Kudos to that.
Yeah.
Because I will tell you one thing, especially like in our industry, I like the fact that I can walk into a room and I guarantee most guys that I'm with, no one's going to be here that will ever be able to say that they saw me naked or they've slept with me. Because there's like literally a handful of people. And you better believe if one of those motherfuckers is in the room, you're going to know it.
Yeah.
Because I don't ever
Respect.
want my man or anyone to feel like they have one up on my man.
Yes.
So he is going to know and be in the know, and I want that same respect.
Yes.
So
Yes, you little immature mother trucker. You hear that? I know you're going to watch this. You watch everything I do. Yeah.
Now, on the guy's defense
I do like
here,
you. You're a nice human.
Well, hold
but,
on. The
yeah.
guy's defense, though. By the way, I'm not standing up for any
No,
of
it's cool.
my guy brethren's here. All I'm saying is the fact that, and we all need one pass,
Yeah.
though, because on that one pass, when you said that to the guy, let's say that was the first time, you're like, dude, don't ever do that to me again.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. He better not do it again.
Well, no, he wouldn't tell me. He's like,
Okay.
no, it's none
Right.
of your
See,
business.
that's different,
And
though.
I'm
That-
like,
no,
you
that's
are
different.
dating him,
Yeah.
so it's your business. Shout out to my
Chase, you getting this on air, Travis? Chase?
Like
Oh my gosh.
it is your business.
100%.
You know what I mean? You're my
Yeah.
man. I'm with you. Like you kind of have a right to know, right?
I think
But
so.
if that's him and the way that he rolls, then I would have to say,
no, goodbye.
yeah. Like it's just not.
And
gonna
I told
work
him
for
that. I was
me.
like, hey, if you won't tell me who this girl is that you were like going on dates with while we didn't talk for 2 weeks, it's like, we're not going to be a thing. Like, I need to know. He's like, well, she's gone now. And I'm like, okay, we live in a very small area. We have a small industry. I want to
Yes.
know.
Right.
And he's like, well, I don't want to know who you were hooking up with while we weren't together. I'm like, that's your thing if you don't want to know or whatever. I wasn't hooking up with anybody.
Yeah.
But also, to me, that's just insecurity written all over it. It's a red flag for insecurity. Because first
Yep.
of all, the first part of that, what you said is that, well, why do you want to know, da-da-da? It's like, so if you're not sharing this even 2 weeks later, it's a thing. And so now it's a thing to him, which is still something that he's feeling regardless, though.
Yeah.
Now, on your side of it, when you said that other part of it, and he goes, well, I don't want to know what you're up to. It's like, okay, you're just insecure, dude. So he's protecting his own security. He's thinking that
Yeah.
he's protecting yours.
Yeah.
No, that's not his choice or his right.
That's what I think.
Okay.
I think he's a very nice gentleman, and he has the emotional intelligence of a potato. Yeah, but hopefully he will grow. Hopefully he will grow. Not with me, but
Okay.
like,
Yeah. Or
Well-
he'll find someone that aligns with him. But
Yeah.
up and onward, I say.
Dude,
Always.
Do you hear what you just said? You were what was it? I'm saying
emotional intelligence of a potato.
At least you didn't get the potato sack. That's the worst of the worst, though. So you're still one up above that, I think,
Yeah,
at this
but
point.
a very nice human.
Okay, see, that's that 1% above the potato sack.
He's a very nice human, but the emotional intelligence for a relationship was just not there. And then I would feel like I wouldn't have to mother this person into being someone who's ready for an adult relationship. And I couldn't do that.
It's a no-go.
Yeah.
Wow. Guys, you see where this episode's going right now. So now you thought we were in the thick of it right now.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't even gotten to our topic yet. And this is
Here we
we're gonna
go.
this. So
What's
we
our
just,
topic today,
We were just
Chris?
jogging just now. That was a jog. We're gonna get this thing running at the moment. So our topic for the day, Nicole, which is I think you're gonna have a lot to say about this one. I'm sure Jamie will as well. It's probably one of my favorite topics, obviously, because I'm a guy and hello. So the topic for the day is called porn envy. Hiding porn from your significant other, or are you open about it? That's our topic.
Oh, you guys are both looking at me like that.
You know, I mean, I'll look both ways because
Okay.
I want to get the expression
I
on
feel
both
like
of your faces.
I feel like you know my take on this. So
I'm just smiling. I'm like,
So, I was married for 10 years and we watched porn. We went to strip clubs. We are not together today. So,
okay,
moving forward, that's actually one of my non-negotiables.
Ooh.
So, when I start dating someone, I typically have 3 to 4 questions that I ask, and porn is definitely one of those non-negotiables for me. I feel like I'm extremely sexual. I love to have sex. We can have sex every day.
Sex
So
is great.
there's no reason for you to want to or engage in porn because I'm pretty sexually open with my partner.
right,
So,
right. Okay.
and I feel like it leads to other things, which we can get into that a little bit later.
We'll delve into all this. So, and I'm going to get your opinion on your side, and then we'll really jump into the
You
topic.
look so excited for
I
this
am. I'm just
battle.
this is
All
great.
right, here's my thoughts. Nicole has watched almost all of the things. I went through a period of my life where I was like, I want to see everything.
Yeah.
I want to see all the stuff. What's this? What's that? And then there was a day where I was like, I don't want to be turned on by this. This is something just hit me, and I was like, this is not right. This isn't okay. We're treating people like things. I just had this moment of neurologically, I think I'm fucking myself up by doing this. I'm
Okay.
desensitizing myself. These jackhammer vibrators that girls act like they're normal. And this porn of this visual stimulation that is not natural or normal, it's acting. It's not okay. And I went cold turkey. I do not watch porn. Best sex of my life was with someone who does not watch porn and hasn't watched porn. I think he said once or twice in his life.
Okay.
My sex life is so much better. My emotional life, my intimacy with people is so much better. It feels better physically, emotionally, spiritually. I have no interest.
Okay.
No interest.
I feel like I connect on a deeper level having put it outside because I will admit to this when I was watching a lot and going to strip clubs.
Yeah.
When I would be intimate with my partner, my mind would go to those visuals. And I'm like,
I know that feeling.
This is an issue because to get there, I shouldn't have to be thinking of someone else. I should be so involved with my partner that he should be able to get me there.
Yeah.
And when he's not around, I want to be having like visuals of him, not anyone else. So that's where the issue like came into play for me. And as soon as I learned to separate myself, I think I started having a deeper, more intimate connection with my partner. So that I completely and totally appreciated.
Okay.
Totally. That's
Agreed.
exactly what happened with me. I have no interest. I wouldn't go back. And I just know the actual industry of porn, and it's not cute. Like, there's a lot of sex trafficking in it. There's a lot of
Right.
girls who will act like it's empowerment what they're doing, but they don't feel empowered. Most of them, and I'm saying most and I mean it, have had some kind of sexual trauma or trauma in their life that's led them to this. And now I'm watching them to get off. Like,
Right.
it's kind of fucked up.
Right.
And,
Yeah.
you know, again, everybody has their own religious beliefs and whatever. I'm not trying to shame anybody, but I'm going back to like my Christian beliefs. It's just not right. And I think sometimes rules are written to oppress us, and I think sometimes rules are written to guide us. And when I went back and I was like, I know that this is morally wrong, and I went to what I know is right, it was so much better. It was
Okay.
so much
All right.
I feel like a lot of guys watch porn though, and they are not open about it.
Right. So
Some are.
Yeah, and
but-
that's true. So I watch porn. Not and by the way, and
That's cool.
I'm thank you for both what you said. And I actually am like, wow, these are both good valid points. But it's valid on a point from and I respect the points from coming from what each of you feel. And what I got out of this though, it's the connection that you have with your partner.
Yeah.
So the reason why I watch porn, which is far and few between, honestly, you know, unless I'm
Yeah.
on a big night out and I've been up for, you know, fun party, like, you know, drugs involved, whatever kind of day. And next thing I know, I'm playing boggle with my friend and porn's on in the background, you know, and she's been one of my great friends for a long time, but we always have in the background, we're always playing boggle and this is one of our things. And people just laugh and they go, but it's like more of an aesthetically thing in the background in that way. And other than that, when I do watch porn, it's just like, you know, if I haven't had, you know, sex for a little bit, I go to porn just to kind of get that visual and that's it. And next thing I know, I'm not watching porn the next 3 months. I don't crave it. I don't thrive on it, you know, and it's just, and even with my partner, when we actually watch together, once again, it's usually just for background or something, like never for like a, hey, let's use this to get off sort of situation. It's just kind of like, hey, I'm going to put on some porn for background noise. But I'm still, when it's on, I am literally in it with her and that fully with her. You know, it's like, I don't think about, oh, there's that visual, that girl, like I'm looking at the girl, nothing like that for me.
Interesting.
And unless obviously when I'm by myself and doing my thing,
that's different.
Now that girl on the TV is like, oh yeah, I'm with that girl, you know, and I'm going to be with that girl. And it takes me a while to scroll through those damn things. That's the other thing too. It's a lot of work.
When I knew it was time to stop with the porn, when everyone started fucking their siblings and stepmoms, and I'm like,
my
The
God.
categories
this
are
doesn't
endless.
show us that society is warped, that we're all
Skewed,
getting
right?
off to incest now or fake incest. That should trigger something.
Yeah.
That we've gone so extreme. There's people that want to jerk off to pretending to bang their mom.
Right.
That's weird.
Yeah, there's the categories
know?
are endless now. And then you think of going, what just happened to just the straight up sexual stuff now? Like you said, there's this categories for anything
Well,
on there.
it's because neurologically, the pathways are changing in our brains when we're overstimulating ourselves.
Yeah.
It's just science.
That's why it takes me a while to find something when I scroll. I'm like, I think it takes me, and then sometimes I go, oh, fuck it. Like I'll be scrolling and I'm so I can't. I don't even have time anymore. I'm just done.
I
you
like
know?
had my go-to. Like I already knew what
yeah.
I was like looking for, and
I always have a go-to. Don't get me
yeah.
wrong, but like you know, Nicole said, the stimulant
and you're like
part of me is like,
surfing, like,
yeah, you know,
what's
I've been
new
there.
in there?
Yeah. But you know, when you go to that go-to and you're just like, I've already seen this one, and all of a sudden now I'm like, now I got to find another one.
Oh
so
my God.
yeah, so I do for me as a guy, I do enjoy porn, but I don't. It's not a But what you said, Jamie, about going out with your guy and going to strip clubs and all that stuff, yeah, I like doing that with my partner as well. But once again, it's just for like the fun of it. I like just the fun and being around. I mean, quite frankly, I'm that type of guy when I go to a strip joint, I am not paying a girl to lap dance for me. You know, I actually, and I've taken,
the strippers love you.
Well, no, well, I mean, I was going to say I take my fair share home though at the same time
Yeah,
though, and back
okay.
in the day I did. So, so my thing was like, I find that right one, and I'm not, and where most guys, yo, please take, here's, wow, you're in front of me, there it is. And I go, nah, you know, that you're not the right one yet. You know, and I look for the right one and I take my time. But it's just more
Then
of a,
do you find the right one?
sometimes you do, sometimes I just sit there like I normally do when I'm at a strip club. I just kind of just hang out. You know, I love the
strippers
aesthetic
hate you.
Well,
Yeah.
once again, I love, yes, they probably do, but you know what? But you know, but it's just that, yes, they do. You're probably right about
They're
that.
like,
But, no.
give this fat guy the seat, okay?
Right. But the
Like,
ones
he's gonna
but the
spend-
ones that like me, you know, it's like I give them my full attention. So it's like, you know, I'm not going to just go for the cattle call like that first girl, especially the hot one, you know. And I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, you're just the hot one. You're not going to give me any time of day.
Yeah.
I look for the ones who will give me the time of day, who are more, like you said, once again, I just know how to filter. It's like being a gambler at a poker table. I mean, I just know what I'm doing inside of a strip joint like that. But also at the same time, I think for myself, it's just more for aesthetics. Like I love having beautiful women around me. You know, I think Michael Sartain said something about that
Who
on her
doesn't?
episode. Right. But most of
Yeah.
the time though, but once again, for me though, I'm open with my partner and she's like, you know, we have an amazing relationship and I love her tremendously, but she knows I'm a huge flirt and I love to be around women. Like there's moments where like people walk around all of a sudden they go, dude, you got 20 girls around you. And most of my friends are like, how the fuck? I go, I didn't do anything. I mean, I'm just like, I'm just talking, you know, and it's just, that's the beauty of it. So I like the aesthetic part of the porn, I think, more than just like what's really happening on it. I think I just like the visuals of it. So,
Yeah.
Interesting.
so I'm just giving you a different point of view.
Yeah, no, I'm
No.
Can
taking
you
that point of
imagine
view.
being at game night and then the porn's on in the background?
No.
It's
I would feel so.
I would be
hilarious.
so mad.
I would feel so uncomfortable. I'd be
Yeah.
like, "What kind of party is this, and where am I?"
Okay, ladies. So one night,
not into it.
one day, we're all three of us. We're gonna do it. Watch, and you'll see. All of a sudden, I'm gonna have you both in the game so much where
Yeah.
the
Chris,
porn's
I
not
would-
even gonna matter.
I would probably leave. I would be like,
I probably would too, though. I'm like, why do you want a boner while we're playing Boggle?
and
For
that's
what?
see
Like,
once again,
you know,
look where,
like,
you,
yeah,
but look
do you
where
have-
you went though.
But
See,
if you
to that.
can't, if
Right.
you're not getting a boner with
Right.
porn playing, then you gotta think you're desensitizing yourself.
Well-
there's naked people fucking, and you don't have a boner. You're playing Boggle. Look how desensitized your dick is.
Good point.
She's got a fucking
You have a
point.
Guys, I
good
always have a point.
Yeah.
This is the problem
Right.
with me.
But every now and then when I look up, you know, I go, oh yeah, I like that, and I get back to my
but
game.
you're with your female
do you want to
friend.
Right,
have
and we're
a
not-
boner when you're with your friends?
No, of course not. But what I'm getting at is just
Boggle boners are weird, bro. I don't care what you say. That's freaking
okay. That
weird.
didn't come out the correct way,
That's what
guys.
he
So whatever.
said.
I guess
Yeah,
I
yeah.
did say that,
Yeah.
didn't I? All
Boggle
right.
boners.
I'm gonna be so distracted. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna be totally staring at your dick, Chris. Is that what you
see,
want?
I don't-
Well,
I
I mean,
won't.
I always
I
want
won't.
the girls to do that, but you know, like, but I'm a respectful guy, and yes, so we're not going there. But anyways, it was about the boggle. Yes, and you're right. Now I'm thinking about this shit now.
It's kind of weird that your girlfriend,
shit.
your female friend, wants to watch porn with you.
We have it. We had it down though. It's like we're already. I actually
Yeah,
never even
that's
look
what
up
you
once
think.
at this game.
Yeah, I mean, we can all tell lies to ourselves. That's a human condition. Yeah.
Oh, guys,
But
see, I
that's my
told you the
thoughts.
show was going to go running off right now. There's going to be a lot of you women now. I'm going to be walking around with my head down like, I don't know.
No, don't.
Do you
No,
feel
I trust me,
ganged
I'm
up
not.
on?
I don't.
Is that what you guys?
I
Is that what
love
you
this.
watch during Boggle? The gang up kind? Or, no, I'm just kidding. I don't want to know. See, this is the thing. Is like it's kind of cool when you can look at humans as human beings and
Right.
be like, wow, there's so much more to. I'm not trying to be like church lady.
Yeah.
Because I've done
Yeah.
all the stuff, but there's so much more to humans than just the bodies jamming into holes.
Correct.
And
Agreed.
then when you get to that level, it's like, whoa, cool.
Right.
This
Yeah.
is like another game.
Right.
It's like fuck Boggle. There's like Monopoly. You know,
We can
like
expand now. We can
Yeah.
expand this.
Way more
I just
things
thought
to
of a
do.
stripper / porn type gambling place now. Thank you.
there you go.
New
Yeah.
club.
Yeah.
All right.
Go for it.
I won't be
It might-
attending.
I also like, and it's just weird. I liken it to junk food. Like this is my only vice really, is like a coffee with a raw sugar in it, or Red Bull gets me off. And there's like a couple energy drinks that I really, really like
Right.
Highball Energy. But I don't eat junk food because
Okay.
I know it's bad for my body.
Right.
And I
Okay.
don't watch porn because I know it's not good for me.
Right.
And there's not a person out there, like psychologist, who really goes into the nuance of it, who will say it's good for us psychologically. So I'm like, yeah, I could turn that on and I will have a physiological response to it like that, because that's what it's for.
Right.
But that's like a McChicken. I just had a orgasm. It's not. It's not good. It's not going to sustain me. It actually physically doesn't feel as good now. But if I'm with a partner who I'm like really into, then I'm having a steakhouse orgasm.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
After you, do the deed watching porn, how do you feel after?
Well, so for me, it's like a sense of relief. Once again, I'm watching now. I mean, hello, back in the day when I'm younger, you're thinking like looking at that. And by the way, for the young crew listening to our podcast episode right now, it's younger as it's different as you age, I feel. Maybe not for everyone, because there's still some really crazy ass, like you said, weird people out there that just use it for their everyday vice. But everyone, look, I was going to say, and getting back to that, we'll
don't avoid my question.
Yeah,
I
don't
won't.
avoid
Remind
her.
me to mention vice because you
Vice.
said something on how everybody has a vice, you
Yes.
know, and
Yeah,
that's
I have
something
mine.
right. Okay, so when I'm done, I feel like okay, I'm relieved. Now I can just go about my business, you know, and now I'm not
Really? No
I'm not-
guilt.
No,
No,
because
like,
that energy. Remember, it's used to get the energy out of me that I have because
the
it's
chi.
like, what's that?
The chi.
Thank you.
Yes.
Right. So it just relieves me of my energy. And now I don't feel any guilt. I don't, because why do I have to feel guilty? I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like I'm hiding it from myself
Right,
or
right.
anyone. So yeah, so I feel fine.
Okay.
But now I know some people do feel guilty because all of a sudden they feel like dirty and guilty and blah. You know, how you get
Right.
that
Yeah,
feeling when you
yeah.
do something wrong.
I wouldn't say, I wouldn't
Every
say,
time I hide a body, I'm like, ugh.
but doesn't
you
it
feel
feel
guilty?
better like when you are with your partner?
1,000 times
Yeah.
percent. And thank you for reminding me of that. Yes, 100. That's the other part. What you both said about being women as far as your partner, I get that. So when I'm with mine, yes, that's eons above any porn that's on television or
Yeah.
any boggle porn for damn sure.
Yeah.
You know,
Boggle porn.
Boggle
so
porn.
just named it right. Can I coin that
Hashtag
phrase?
boggle
boggle porn.
boners.
Oh, we're gonna put that on
the boggle
Instagram.
boners.
Can we
That's
put
what
that
it
on
is.
Instagram? See how many hits that gets? Boggle porn or boggle boner?
I
Which
think
one?
it's boggle boners.
Okay.
Hashtag
Okay.
I like
boggle
it.
boner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm saying the fact that yes, when I'm with her, it's like, I mean, I look at her, I'm just like, she's beyond me, like no other to me, you know? And so I'm with her. It's like you said, it's that connection. It's amazing. And all that other stuff to me is like, doesn't even compare.
Yeah.
So, but some people actually, like you said, they actually compare it to who they're with.
And it really warps them.
Yes, it
and their
does.
wife or husband might be hot as heck, but they don't have this aesthetic or that aesthetic, or if you're always looking for a new sexual aesthetic. Like I said, I'm not a nun. I've literally seen as much, I think, as is out there. I was very curious and I was like, well, what's this? But then I felt wrong about it. Like it didn't feel good.
Okay.
So I've seen it.
Yeah.
And I just know that it's warping us.
Okay.
So now that I know, I can't go back to unknowing because I
Right.
know it's warping us.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I used to take prescription drugs because the doctor prescribed it. I'm like, well, everyone's doing this. Everyone takes these. It's fine. It's healthy for me. No, now I know it's fucked up and it leads you to X, Y, Z. So I don't do it.
Right.
And I'm not judging you for doing it. Whatever. We're all on our own path. But I'm not doing it because I like the way I feel when I don't do it.
Right. I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you. And like I
Yeah.
said, I feel no guilt or shame. I'm a good guy and I'm very honest about it. And that's
Yeah.
one key thing that keeps me from feeling all the other little seedy part of this or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
And by the way, I don't really think it's that seedy, but I get you.
Yeah.
And also I was going to throw in one thing. And once again, guys need visuals. So as a kid, back in the day, we always used to laugh when
The Playboy.
Right. Exactly. The Playboy magazine
Yeah.
that's hidden under your dad's bed or somewhere
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Buried in
why
the
is it under-
desert.
why is it always under the dad's bed or in some hidden area? But every single boy always finds it and knows exactly where it is.
Yep.
So we always need a visual. And so that also triggers this whole growth of connection with, from magazines to porn and da-da-da and blah, blah, blah. Because guys, we're visual. And like you said earlier, Jamie, and I mean, both you girls are amazingly hot, so
Thanks.
every guy still, we're always looking at, not the next best thing, but our minds just go, wow. She's like, wow.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and that's just the thing. And the guys who say they don't are lying their asses off. I know that 100% fact.
No,
so.
I know guys who don't watch it.
Not porn.
Or
I'm
who
saying
don't check
looking
out other
around.
girls.
Exactly.
Oh,
looking
that's
around
impossible.
other girls.
I
Yeah.
look at other girls. I look at guys. I
I
look at
was
everybody.
distracted yesterday doing our podcast. I was like, oh, here comes a girl in a bikini. Wait,
Yeah.
what was he saying?
There's so many.
It was so hard
so
to
many
like
beautiful girls there.
stay focused.
Right.
I'm
But when
like,
a guy can't be open about it, like you said, the guy about I can't tell you who the ex-girlfriends are. That's
it's like-
on the same level as that. It's going, no, I wasn't looking at anyone.
so
That's
we,
so stupid.
we had a
dumb.
guest. We had a guest, Natalie, freaking beautiful. She's actually she's a dancer, but she doesn't want her guy commenting on any hot girls at all. So to where like I'm the opposite. Like I appreciate pretty women and I will compliment them. I will go up to them and be like there was a girl yesterday, her makeup looked so freaking amazing. I'm like, it was Jamie.
Yeah.
I was like, Jamie, your makeup's so
Yeah,
beautiful.
you were saying that on
Yeah.
air too. This is when
Yeah.
her ADD kicks in. Like she
So-
goes, squirrel.
Yeah.
Like,
Be a pretty makeup.
So-
I would do the
No.
same. Yeah.
I love looking at pretty girls. I love like complimenting pretty girls.
Yeah.
And she does too, but she doesn't want her man saying anything.
I don't think I would want my man walking up to random girls. It's
complimenting
like it's a human double
but
tap.
And it's so funny because I notice, I'll notice good looking guys, but it's very like far and few between. I'll notice a pretty girl before I notice like a hot guy. Like
Same.
We're
sparklier.
Yeah. So, but I don't
I like that word.
If my guy was like, ooh, check her out, she's hot, I'd be like, I don't know. Because I've never really dated anyone that's that way.
Me either.
But it's all in the delivery.
Yeah.
Like when I literally if I said that to go, I'm like, oh wow, hey honey, look at the girl. Wow, she's beautiful or she's really hot.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, I turn and I'm done. But because I'm appreciating her, it's like I think when I saw you had your Simpsons outfit yesterday.
I did.
Yes.
I told Jamie, I go, Nicole's top is awesome. I mean, she's beautiful, but
Thanks.
I always comment because I just, it's like I appreciate beauty, I appreciate clothes, I appreciate stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm just being appreciative.
Right.
You know, I'm
that's
not being
cool.
like a dirty, like, oh my, like drooling type. Maybe every now and then I get one of those too. But yeah. It's like when we did our shoot the other day. I mean, you're gorgeous, and I love having you as my guest, my
thank you.
co-host as well, whatever. But it's like we were doing our photo shoot together, and she's been full on lingerie, and thank God I'm an ex-model. I was like, and I was telling I got back people, how was the photo shoot? I go, it was great. I go, Jamie's in her lingerie. I go, her butt was in my face at one point. I'm thinking, oh, girl, get your butt out of my face. It's a joke. But I'm like, once again, I'm so used to that all the time. It's desensitized for me. And where most guys are like, holy fucking shit. I'm just like,
You're so desensitized.
You know-
You play porn while you watch Boggle.
Yeah.
See?
Wait, play Boggle, watch porn. There we go.
Hashtag boggle boner.
Yeah, I went, my brain reversed. Yeah.
But I will say to that, oh my gosh. So yeah, our photo shoot was cool. It was like quick and easy, but he's so funny. Like he literally like stood there the whole time. His hand was like nowhere near me. So, you were amazing to shoot with.
But the shoot, and the reason why my hand wasn't on her is because it didn't recall it for the shoot. I didn't think it would match up for our cover art.
Yeah.
for
But
what
no,
we're
like
doing,
I
that's why.
appreciate that because I don't know if you've ever shot with like a male model. Typically, to be honest with you, most of the time the male models that we work with are gay.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't have to worry about that. And sometimes they'll even have jokes like between the girls. We'll be like, let's see if we can get them, like, because we know that they're into guys. Like, so we'll have like a little side deal, like, let's see who can get their guy like a boner.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, yeah. So
The gay boner's like an extra award. If you can give a gay guy a boner, you're doing well.
But yeah, so typically, some guys that you work with, even though they are like gay, it's like a little weird when they're like
too handsy.
handsy.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's always sometimes it can be uncomfortable, but for the most part, you're like in the vibe and you just roll with it, and then it's like, okay, got the shot, and then you're like,
right.
Yeah, and then
I'm
you
outta
peace
here.
out.
Yeah, it's like we weren't doing a Calvin Klein ad. That would have been different. I would have been all over you in the Molly way like that. But this one was just like, it just didn't. It's like the cover art for this doesn't really match up to if that would have happened. For me,
Right.
So
yeah, but I want you to know that like I thought about it and I appreciated that about
You're
you.
welcome.
So I think
Thank you.
that was really cool.
yeah,
I
See
like that.
I love adoration.
I like that. Good job, guys. You guys are cute. I like it. I thought about one more thing about porn.
Yeah,
if we can.
please.
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
you always can. Go ahead.
I think that the generations below us are really getting screwed up. Because think of a young girl who's maybe like 16, 14, some of them, having their first romantic or sexual experience. And the little boy that they're about to be with has been watching for years.
Yeah, good point.
All this stuff of these like grown women getting freaking fisted and whatever. And then they go at this little girl who's never had anything and they're expecting her to be that.
Right.
Like, I think that we really have to be considering what that's doing.
a good, thank you for saying that, because
It's weird, right?
Yeah. And once again, it just, when you said that, it took me back to being, 12, 13, looking at magazines, and you just get the visual of the girl.
Yeah.
But adding that whole layer at 12, 13, now you're right.
12,
and then
13,
us then
we're
having
watching
access to that stuff,
everything.
my mind would have been like, I would have blown up, I think.
And then
Like
when
we
you
didn't
meet a
even
girl
have
your age-
access to that.
No.
Like, so these kids are dealing with like a whole new, like, gosh,
Right.
like plethora of stuff.
Right.
Like how you're so right.
crazy.
How I would feel like, gosh, how do I ever measure up to that?
Yeah.
And these kids are so curious because I feel like a lot of the parents aren't really talking, and that's kind of their go-to.
Right.
And I will say, and this was like 10 years ago, you guys, I was blown away. So I actually have a degree in education. So I did a little subbing in junior high and high school, and I could not believe the stuff that was going on in junior high.
Like what?
With these girls. First of all, they're sending nudes in 6th and 7th grade.
Oh,
they're,
my God. You don't have pubes.
Nudes.
What are you sending?
Yeah, they're sending nudes.
That's the rule. If you don't have pubes yet, don't take photos of your lady parts.
So
Right.
this is the interesting thing. Blowjobs in the bathroom, and they're talking about it's okay. You can come in the backside because I will not get pregnant.
Wow.
So it was. I was freaking shocked. I was like, ooh, I don't even want to be here. But the interesting thing is, when the kids are sending nudes in junior high, you know, what ends up happening is the phones are typically in the parents' names. So it's
Child porn.
It's child porn.
Oh,
so now the
shit.
police are
Oh,
going
no. I
after.
didn't even think about that.
Now the police are going after the parents because that stuff is on the phone. So it's considered child pornography.
Holy shit.
So parents, you should definitely know what your kids are doing, what's on their phones. You're still the adults.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
and this was 10 years ago. I can't even imagine like what's going on now.
It just made me think of the pressure. I mean, like on women in general at that point, because like you had started and you're finishing off all this. I'm thinking the pressure on girls of just the expectations of just what they feel they have to do.
Yeah.
I know that you guys have to feel pressure when you're younger no matter what, you know, guys, the only pressure with guys is like, hope we get to get the fourth
Guys
base
are
and
like,
get a
"Don't
home
come
run
right
with
away.
her.
Don't come right away."
Right.
Yeah.
That's all the only pressure we always think about is that's exactly right. But now, I mean, but the pressure of like, he's going to probably want this. He's going to want that. So guys, just talk, please communicate.
Yeah.
Say what you want and what you don't want. You know, what are your non-negotiables?
Right.
So, right.
It's
Craziness.
like a menu. Like I have talked to some friends' kids who are younger because I'm like their cool aunt Nicole, and self-proclaimed. And they would, you know, kind of share things that their friends are doing or whatever. And I'm just like, man, these poor little girls think that they have to be porn stars.
Right.
And they've never made out with a guy. And they think their first little boyfriend is expecting a blowjob while looking up at them, come on my face, and then like, this is what little girls think. So it's
Wow.
kind of weird. And again, it comes back to porn because these guys are so desensitized.
Right.
That seeing a little girl, I don't want to say a little girl, that sounds so gross, but you know what I mean? Seeing a
Right.
14-year-old naked doesn't do it for them.
Right.
Because they've seen all these women doing all these things. We're
Yeah.
getting desensitized. Yeah.
Man, to be a little boy again. I wonder how I compete now with that, you know, because you're right. It's like you look at probably girls now at that age
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. You're not what this girl's
right.
doing on the camera.
Yeah.
I can go to OnlyFans and see everything.
Right. I've already been there, done that.
Yeah.
So, okay. Well, there's where the porn industry's going, I guess then.
We have,
Okay, when do you bring up the conversation?
Of porn?
Yes.
Right away.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like date one, you're like, hey, buddy, do you watch porn?
Well, I would just right away be like, I don't watch porn.
Right.
And
right.
here's why.
Because it's
And-
one of her, well, I wouldn't, I guess I would call it a non-negotiable for you, right then?
Yeah, it's totally.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's specifically, I remember dating someone very, very briefly that they were obsessed. Like they were a porn addict.
Mm-hmm.
They wouldn't say they are, but they're a porn addict. And their views of women are so gross and skewed and stuff that it really made me go, okay, this is so important to me to not have that energy in my life.
Right.
That I'll be so straight up about it now. I don't care.
Yeah. See, and that's what I was trying to get at earlier, where like there's such a, you know, a skewed version of this from like 1 to 10. It's like I fit somewhere probably in the middle where it's like you know, like I said, it's just for enjoyment and just for relief. And but I'm happy with who I'm with, and I'm always very attentive. And like you said, I love the connection and all that stuff as well.
Yes.
But guys need a visual, and like you said, that guy you're talking about, to that point of sex addiction or porno
Yeah,
addiction,
yeah.
that's a whole nother level.
Oh yeah. It
You
was
know,
creepy. It was creepy to see. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, you're kind of desensitized to humanity
Right.
of women.
Well, I have to say that I love that we're on the same page here because sometimes I feel like outnumbered. Like I am like, oh, I'm one of the only ones. So, cause I'll get around like my friend group and a lot of them are like, oh, I don't care if my guy watches it, or, oh yeah, we watch it together. Oh, we do this. So sometimes like as, you know, someone that's dating, I feel like, oh wow, maybe I'm the only one, but I'm okay with that too. So
Right.
You know what? I think on that note, like, I think women, we get to this spot where we're like told, here's what makes you a cool girl. If you act like this, if you dress like this, if you say you're cool with X, Y, Z, if you're like, I don't care, let's have threesomes. I don't care, let's watch porn. I
Yeah.
don't care. Yeah, I'm not jealous. I'm not whatever. And then you just like chip away at your reality and your own humanity and your own integrity until there's nothing left. And then you wonder why your relationship's not working.
Right.
It's because we're full of shit and we pretend to be cool girls until one day you kind of snap and go, this isn't working for me. And that's
Right.
not authentic to who I am.
Yeah.
So I don't even believe some of your friends are being honest about how they really feel about it. We've just been trained. You
Right.
know?
And I'll agree, because when I was in my 20s, that's who I was. I was like, oh, strip clubs, it's cool. Let's do the strip clubs. Oh, let's watch porn. This is cool. So there weren't a lot of boundaries. So
Yeah.
the older I've gotten, the more that I've like grown, and I'm okay with setting those specific boundaries. Then I have to say, I feel like sex is like so much. It's just, I appreciate it so much more.
Same.
So,
And I'm not like a hookup girl either. I have no interest.
Right.
Like,
I never
0%.
have been. I
Yeah.
never have been. So
Yeah, I just think what you both said on that last
Interesting.
part you both said there, I feel like there's experimental times of our lives.
Yeah.
Like how Jamie, you just said, I feel like that's in your early 20s like that. We all, you know, when you're with someone, you want to experiment and be, like you said, the person for that person. And all of a sudden you're like, well, that's not really my jam.
Yeah.
So hopefully the next time with the next person, you already have that next non-negotiable, whatever it is. But we got to figure ourselves out and with your partner. And the people who do have fun like that, you know, they're together for a reason and they stay in sync for a reason. It's just like someone who are swingers, you know, they're in their sync and they
Yep.
stay in their sync. And everybody's different.
So I have a personal question. You can feel free to pass on this one.
Sure.
Have you ever been with a girl?
I'm going to pass on it.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
respect that.
Only like I've never dated a girl or anything
Yes.
like that. Yeah, I'm into guys.
Right.
I'll just kind of leave that there.
Okay.
Life has happened, whatever. But like,
Yeah.
I'm into dudes and
Right.
straight dudes.
Okay.
And, yeah.
when a guy's
So that's one of my non-negotiables that I actually ask when I go on a date. I ask a man, have you slept with a man and are you into men? Which is so crazy
That you
that
have
at
to
this
ask.
time and age,
Right.
that's something you have to ask. I feel like it's tough enough to have a relationship with your man,
Yeah.
worrying about if he's going to, I mean, I don't even really worry if my guy's going to cheat on me, but if he's like checking out girls
Dudes.
and guys,
Right.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck? This
Yeah.
is like a no-go for me. So
Yeah.
it's unfortunate that that's something that I ask now.
It's really funny you said that. You know,
funny.
being here in Vegas with our event that we had and stuff.
Yeah.
A group of my friends had that conversation, just what you just said. And
About
and one,
asking.
one of my friends said the same thing. She goes, you know, it's one thing and because she's single. And I was like, damn. And you just brought up, I was like, it's a thing, I guess.
Yes,
now.
it is.
Wow.
And a lot of guys, they're sneaky about it. So
That
it's
happened
like
to a friend of mine.
it's like undercover.
Yeah.
Like guys are so much more open about being with guys. So
Interesting.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
Years ago, a female friend of mine found out that her dude was also having sex with men on the side. And he didn't consider it cheating because they were guys. That was a
Yeah.
thing. And I want to tell you, the reason I didn't answer your question is because I have also decided over the last few years that there are a couple things I'm not going to get into and talk about out of respect for my future husband.
Got
That I
it.
think that there's going to be intimate stories that are just for us.
Yes.
And I don't need the whole world running around knowing all these things or clipping that and putting that somewhere on the internet.
Right.
And like, I think what I do for a living and the art that I create is fucking dope and my ideas are dope. And I don't think that it's a topic that needs to be.
I admire
Well,
that.
we appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
someone else can be different.
And I
That's
think
cool.
I think that your partner is going to appreciate that
I think so too.
later on.
Yeah.
So I love that.
And you better make sure he's that ride or die you were talking about at the beginning. So, dudes,
I can feel
whoever
it.
is going to be with Nicole over here, they
Yes.
need to be
And he's
exactly
gonna be
what
one
she
lucky
wants.
motherfucker
Yes, you
because
are.
not
Thank
a lot of
you.
Yeah.
not a lot of girls bring what you bring to the table.
Oh,
So
thanks, guys. I
That's
brought
fucking
coffee
awesome.
and I brought wine.
Yeah, I like it.
You guys are nice.
Yeah, you're amazing. This is
Thank
great.
you.
Yeah, we're happy.
So-
Thank you for being on the show. You're amazing. But we want to delve into a couple more things. I would
in.
love to talk about your music if we can.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
so
What's
freaking
going on?
exciting. All right, well, my first single, it's
Okay.
called Bitty Bum.
Okay.
And it's my first official single. I've thrown out little bits here and there over the years, but like this is like, okay, no, I actually made some music here. And I believe it's at October 1st. If not, it'll be available for pre-sale by then. And everyone's saying I sound like a girl Kid Rock. So that's pretty
great.
freaking cool. with that one.
Yes.
Yeah,
I could see that.
I love it.
Yeah, that's right. So it's a little bit more of a what vibe? Rocky vibe, I guess?
That one's totally a rock vibe.
Great.
Like it would be like a rock radio
Yeah.
type of thing. But I have other ones that are coming out. It's like a sugar-coated pop.
Okay.
But I rap is like most
Oh
of what
my
I do.
gosh.
But I want to do like a country track with like that kind of rap thing. Like Nelly brought back and I love it
Yes.
so
Yeah.
much.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just want to kind of stay an artist and just be a
Okay.
cornucopia. But this first one is definitely a rock track, and I freaking love it.
Are you doing a video? Because I've seen you dance and you're
I
like,
did a video. I'll show it to you
oh
after.
gosh,
Yeah,
I can't wait to
please.
see.
Thanks.
When can everyone else check this out?
October 1st, it will be out. I'm quite certain it'll be October 1st.
Okay.
If
Okay.
it's not, then don't quote me. But it should be by October 1st. If
Yeah.
not, available for pre-order by then.
Okay, I'm
We get an
excited.
exclusive.
Give
And
them
then-
music to freedom too.
Or
Yeah.
is it going to be available on
Spotify and Apple and all of the places you buy and listen to
I
music.
love it.
I feel like that 1.5 billion is going to be like in the 3 billions probably by November. What do you think?
Yeah,
For
I'm
stuff?
right there with you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
I mean,
Amazing.
especially
It's cool.
if we get like the video, because I love watching your dance video.
Thank you. Yeah, I choreographed it
So-
too, and like there's some dope
Is this a
dancers in
separate?
it
Wait, is this a
and-
separate dance video that you're talking about?
Well, Chris, you have to watch her Instagram
Okay.
because she does dances.
Okay, I'm
do
So
dance.
I'm a
and
fan
I'm like
now,
total
you
like
know,
white
I'm-
girl.
yes.
So I'm like,
Okay.
she's white girl too, and she can move like that. So there's hope for me.
Okay, I'm sorry, I've missed all this. I feel
Fair.
like I'm
That's
so
okay.
bad with social media. I'm so happy to have Jamie as my co. I mean, like she's like
Yay.
the bomb on this shit, and you're a super bomb. But
Thanks.
I feel like a dud. you
No,
know?
no, you're
I mean,
not.
on social media. You know, but
Yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
all. But I
Yeah.
need
Not
to
in-
captivate and
not
get all
in the
this
bedroom?
stuff. No,
Hey. I'm so excited. Oh
leave
my
my,
God.
excited
my
for you.
boggle boner alone. Okay,
Oh
just
my
leave
God.
that alone. so.
Disgusting. If my
Shame.
boy, my man, was out with some female friend of his getting boggle boners, bye-bye, boy. Bye-bye, boggle boner boy.
You
Yeah.
you have forever changed game night in my mind.
Oh my
Okay, so the
God.
next time you guys have game night with friends, the
Yeah.
first thing I know you're gonna think about is like, and you should tell people, you got- are you guys
Hey
gonna put in
can we
porn in the
just-
background?
Can we just like watch some porn like, in the
God.
background? It's totally normal. I'm not desensitized.
No.
Yeah.
Put it as a disclaimer for them. There's not going to be any porn in the background, right? Before you show up here. I'm like, no, I just want that
No.
typical. Just bring some chips and dips. You know that whole
my
thing.
God.
No
Dipping
porn.
what into what? Oh gosh.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
All right, so we're gonna stop here for the day. Jamie, anything else you want
Love
to
it.
ask Nicole?
You look beautiful today.
Thanks,
and I love
Fran.
you so much for coming and hanging out with us. I almost said
you.
and playing with us. So inappropriate.
Whatever. Life's been inappropriate, so
Yeah.
I just play along.
Right?
Thanks for having me. I've been so
Yeah.
excited to meet you. And here's the cool part. I have to say this. I have to get into this real quick.
Yes.
Is that most people would look at you on social media and you automatically have the viewpoint. Oh, this is another Instagram model and she shoots guns because it makes her attractive to dudes. And oh, look, she has body parts she purchased probably and whatever. You are such a kind, cool fucking chick.
Aw, thank you.
You know, sometimes I think women, we will judge other women based
Yeah.
on the aesthetic. And if we all just like took a second to get to know someone, it'd be kind of cool. You know, I just think that you're so much cooler than anyone would ever think you are based on your socials or anything else. And obviously you do love guns. It's not like an act.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
you get so excited. You're not like a fake gun bunny or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're as gorgeous as you are inside as outside. Inside and outside. And I think that more women need to give each other a shot instead of just deciding based on photos.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
That
I
was-
always say if you like me based on my social media, you're probably not going to like me in real life.
That's
So
that's a good way of
because
putting
you
it.
know our socials a lot of times are they're not real. That's not you're getting like the highlight reel and
Yeah.
and I model, that's what I do, but it's not who I am.
Yeah.
So I can take a sexy picture
Yeah.
all day, but I'm not walking around like that. So
Right.
Got it.
I think you said this needs to be a clip in itself. You probably have to use this for your social stuff. We can just clip that part, Chase, that because what you just said, hands down, 100%, I agree with you. That most people just see what you do, and it's just like that's why I'm like when she asked to like when I brought you on the show.
Yeah.
She said, I think I want to be a part of this, and I looked at her and I've known her for probably about 16, 17 years now. I had a
Yeah.
clothing
Cool.
line, and so she was actually wore
We
some of
met
my
in the
stuff.
modeling
Yeah.
world.
And
Sweet.
so she took me out. She goes, well, we're in Atlanta. And she goes, I have this event, for Maxim, I think it was. And she goes, do you want to go? And I go, yeah, sure. I'm in town, whatever. And so she took me there, and the most nicest, most incredible girl here, and it's just, you're just so down to earth and amazing. And most
thank
people,
you,
you're right.
Chris.
They look at things or people and they judge right away.
Yeah.
And you're like, you know what? Before you say anything, just take time out. And if you can't take the time out, just keep your fucking mouth shut.
And
That's
I
what
should
always
know
say.
better because I've had the same judgments placed on me.
I'm
People
sure.
would be like, "Oh, are you really a comedian? You're just like a chick with tits and you pretend you're funny." It's like, no,
I feel like you get that because you're so freaking pretty. And
Thanks.
it's like
Right.
unfair. It's almost like you're already being discriminated against because you're freaking beautiful.
Well, thanks. And then everybody in my industry is like, hey, you want to get further? Suck my dick. So that's a thing too.
Right.
Right.
Yeah. So that's another hurdle to jump over. All the dicks everywhere.
Right.
It's just like dodging dick. Yeah.
Right. Well, this is why I created this podcast and this whole like relationship thing for myself in general is because everything that's going on, especially with women, for me, it's like, I just appreciate the beauty of women, but I also appreciate, most importantly, what's inside of you. You know, like I can, like, you know, yeah, right. It's just like, whatever you have inside, that's more important to me. Like, you could be the most stunning, most beautiful girl in the world or guy. Yeah. But if you just have that fucking assholey, just like aura about you, I'm not interested, you know?
Yeah.
And so, and like, it's what's inside that makes people way more beautiful. And I know it sounds like a line, but it's true though. And most people need to realize that more. And so I appreciate you saying that to her. And I feel the same about you. You know, you have your aura and energies off the charts.
Yes.
I mean, so
thanks, guys.
Yeah, off the charts. All right. So guys, we're going to end it there. And we do have a question of the day. And now I'm going to have to backtrack and scroll on this one.
Okay.
I actually have to pause this one. Yeah. So I'm going to do
Starbucks.
Yeah, I'm going to pull up this one pretty fast though.
ASMR
Okay.
Cole. We're shooting, right? This week?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Range 702, they're going to host us.
I'm really excited. Range
So,
702. Thank you in advance. I'm so excited.
We'll have to figure out when you're free.
Okay.
All right. You ready?
I'm ready.
Here's the question of
When
the
am
day.
I not?
Okay. Dear Chris, I am honest with my dates, especially during COVID times. How do I require honesty from them? I see honesty as an opportunity to build trust from the start. How do I get my date to be honest? How do I encourage that? And if I can't read facial cues during this time, how do I tell if they're being truthful?
You have to meet them in person.
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
You can FaceTime and you can read someone's vibe that way on FaceTime.
Mm-hmm.
But the truth is, it's time. Like, I have dated people who were putting on a total facade, and it was whatever, and I ignored red flags too. I got to take some accountability. But you don't know if people are honest until there's time enough to figure out if they're honest. So
right.
I just think you just got to go with the flow and then go with your gut and don't lie to yourself. I've lied to myself so many times to try and smooth shit over. Just like, I'll just ignore it. Red flags, I'll just put them in my purse. You have to actually like, oh, my gut's telling me this isn't okay. This hurts me here between my heart and my whatever. Get out. Like, if you're honest with yourself, we always know, we get little cues. Energy is real. The end.
Right. Jamie?
Ooh, so I'm a big proponent in like face-to-face and energy. So some questions I literally leave for like in person because I feel like I'm a good read on that.
Okay.
Even with my children, I do the same. So some things I'll avoid asking over the phone because I feel like I'm a good read on energy. So yeah, trust your gut. The Holy Spirit is real.
Yeah.
So listen, because a lot of times we doubt ourselves, but we really know the answer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Okay. I think those are great answers, ladies. Both good answers.
Thanks.
I like that you put your red flags in your purse sometimes too. I
Yeah.
think we all actually do that.
I was a
Danielle's my
red
phone.
flag collector for years. I was just like, oh, another one.
Yeah.
I'll just keep
I'm
them.
always
Yeah.
like, red's
Yeah.
my favorite color.
I was going to say, and that continues to build up because then you really start ignoring the fact and you're not going to be open and honest from your end of it. That changes your perspective now to the other person.
Well, call it insecurity, call it whatever you want, people pleasing. I thought I was being a nice person to tell people that their bullshit is not a reason for me to break up with them.
I like that.
And I've learned better.
Okay, and guys, also just to add one note to both of their answers, I feel like honesty is always in your actions, regardless of what you do. Your actions show your honesty. You can always say, "No, I'm sorry," or "I'm being truthful." Like most, anyone says at the beginning. So I'll always tell the truth. It's like, well, I don't really care if you tell the truth. I just want you to make sure your actions back those truths up.
Yes.
That's the most important thing with all this as well. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, right?
I've had experiences
here we
where
go.
they say one thing and they're doing another. And I'm
Right.
like, I don't care who you are, but just be
match
the
up.
same.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, please match up somewhere there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's my point of view on that one. All right. So Nicole.
Yeah.
Amazing. Thanks
you so much.
Yes.
Yeah. Plugs, please. I know your music's coming out. We got that.
Music's
but keep
coming
plugging.
out. It's called Bitty Bum. My name is Nicole Arbour. It's going to be fun.
Social
and
media?
Social media,
Yep.
yeah. You can find me on Instagram, letter I, letter B, Nicole Arbour. Same as on TikTok. On Facebook, Nicole Arbour fans. And then Twitter, I'm just Nicole Arbour. Easy to find.
All right.
Type my name, you'll find me.
Jamie?
You guys, Jamie underscore Villamore, and much love to Microtech. This is my new one. Really excited. So check them out.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. You heard that, guys. And you can find me at Dating Intelligence, the podcast, on any social platforms. And if you need to email me, and please keep sending in or DM your questions to Christopher at dating-intelligence.com. All right, guys, another amazing show. I'm loving this. This is great.
Yeah.
I think Vegas is a thing now. I've been here like doing this a lot now. It's kind of a thing.
I know. We might have to keep you here.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. That's another show. Thank you.